Okay guys, here's a huge warning. This video contains spoilers on the series Divergent. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch. Hey there guys, so today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to do a book review. I just recently read a series after watching a movie, and I hate when I do that because then I start comparing the books and the movies. But this was a really good series, and near the end kind of surprised me a little bit, and then I really hated the end. Like, the series was so good and the build-up was really good, and then it ended very terribly. At least in my opinion, it ended terribly. I didn't like it. But that's okay. I mean, some people probably liked it, you know. Choice of opinion. So, in case you're wondering, Divergent is the book series we're going to be talking about today. I watched the movie this year, or early this year, late last year or something like that, and it was a really good movie, and they were playing it on the TV all the time, and I kept watching it, and it was really good, and so I decided to go out and read the book, and there was a few things different. Like, there was a character that wasn't included that's important in the second book, but wasn't really important in the first book. There was discrepancy in the order of events, and they changed how some events happened, and there was supposed to be 3 parts to the test, not 2, and she was supposed to do her fear landscape in front of a whole bunch of people. It was very slightly different, but still enjoyable, and I really liked the book. And I think it ended just a little too abruptly, because they hadn't gotten to the amity compound just yet. So, I mean, it ended just a little differently. So then I decided to read the second book, Insurgent, which the movie came out. I heard that the second movie really sucked, so I'm hoping not, because I wanted to read it. Yeah, so it only took a year from this one, Divergent to Insurgent, for theaters. So that means they must have been recording them around the same time, but still. So, this book was good, and like I said, there's a main character in here that was not mentioned in the first movie, which makes me wonder about the second movie. But it's, it was still a lot of the basic information was exactly the same. Maybe they were planning on doing a flashback of her trial times. I don't know. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. The book was great. I didn't like the character's attitude towards the middle, how she just wanted to, give up on life, and then she found out that her brother betrayed her, and all this other stuff, and it just seemed like way too much to actually be true. It didn't seem like real enough. It just seemed too much of, I want to put this in here because I feel like it would be good for story development, but not have it relate to the character or the story in any way. I mean, I guess, I don't know, it felt too jam-packed of negative energy. I guess. Just too much negative going on. But, and of course it says one choice can destroy you up here on the top. Says this is one choice can transform you. One choice decides your friends, defines your beliefs, determines your loyalties forever. And then this one says one choice becomes a sacrifice becomes a loss becomes a burden becomes a battle, so one choice can destroy you. This is one choice can transform you. And then this one, it says one choice will define you. This is the third book. Move right on to it. Basically, at the end of the second one, they're leaving. They found out that they're not alone in the world. That their city is not the only one, and that there was this huge war, and that's why it is the way it is. And so, in the third book, The Allegiant, it says one choice Pretty sure this is one choice will just define you, but I'm not entirely. Yeah, it says define you under that sticker. And then on the back, all it says is one choice can transform you, one can destroy, and one transform you. But so they spend time trying to basically, after the whole second book is about the factionless taking over after the erudites took over at the end of book 1. So book 1, the erudites take over. Book 2, the factionless take over. Book 3, they're getting away from the factionless and they're leaving the city, and they find out all this stuff and about why their city is that way and all this other stuff, and it makes people feel inferior to other people, which happens all the time, unfortunately. And then the real thing that bugged me was that the main character died at the end. Like, Triss died at the end, and then it was all about 4. And I was wondering why in the third book it was kept switching personalities when it hadn't done it in the other books. It was quite confusing, because sometimes I would think it was a different person, and then I remember, oh yeah, that's right, it switched. And then it didn't always switch every other chapter, so sometimes, it was just really confusing. And at the end, I wasn't happy with it. And I wanted to get the book 4. I don't know, I haven't read it. If somebody wants to leave a comment down below telling me what the book 4 is about, I think it's about 4, or Tobias, rather. But still, I just didn't get a feel for this story. Like, I was shocked to find out that they mentioned gay guys, but that they couldn't be together because they were both genetically pure. Which I just figured, of course, a book I read would have something like that in it, even though I didn't choose it for that. Of course it would. But, and I felt kind of bad about that. And then as the story goes on, the main character just died, and not even, I was very unhappy with it. It was like, okay, so she went through all that trouble to get through the death serum only to be shot and killed. I was very upset with that, honestly. Very, 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 very upset with that. Yeah. It was really bad. So, my take on the story is that this series needs some major help. It was good. Basically good. I mean, you can't always expect a person to have the best opinion of a book series. I thought it was really good storyline. I can see why the writer would go in that direction. I just don't think I would have. It's not exactly a happy ending, but I didn't think it would have to be either. But it's just something away, it didn't sit well with me. If you guys can leave a comment down below about your opinions on the end of this book, or the end of this series. Just tell me you got your opinion so that I know I can help process this a little bit. Maybe you guys' opinion will help me feel a little bit better about my opinion or about the series or whatever. But now I'm going to be reading another book series, and when I finish it, I'm hoping to be doing another little vid like these where I go through the series and I basically just say my thoughts on it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on it, actually. I feel like I just skimmed right through it because I don't want to give away spoilers, but I already have, and of course I put a spoiler warning at the beginning, so, Anyway. Ow, I just stubbed my toe and it hurt. Next series, you can already see, is Aragon. I read this series a long, long time ago when I was in high school. I eagerly awaited the book Eldest to come out. I mean, this was a hit series just after one book. I eagerly awaited Eldest to come out, and then waited forever for Brissinger to come out. And then I thought Brissinger was the last book, and then Inheritance came out. A few years later. But in between Eldest and Brissinger being published, the movie Aragon came out. And I really hated that movie because it was very, very different from the book. It was like Percy Jackson different. Okay? which is another book series I might do a review on, and I feel like I'm definitely comparing these to movies. And I know the movie is always going to suck to the book. So, I bow down to the book gods. I do a lot of reading. But I gotta say, I was severely disappointed with the movie Aragon. They forgot so many key things, changed so many key things, and it was just really bad. And I heard that they're planning on redoing it, which would be really cool if they were, because it should totally be redone. But, you know, whatever. Speaking of redone, I heard they're redoing Fantastic Four. I hope that turns out good. So yeah, that's my take on the Divergent series. And the next series I'm going to be reading, I have all 4 books in my possession, so I will definitely read them all. And I will get back to you guys on that. And yeah, let me know if you guys think I should continue doing series or stuff you want to know about the book series I read and do reviews on. Give me like specific things you want to know about it, or if you want specific story plots or whatever. Just, you know, give me tips to help you guys with my review, because this is the first book review I've ever done, and it's a series, so I feel like I didn't want to like put too much information because it would just take way too long. But you know, definitely give me you guys' opinion on it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.